I was like math and like shit like that just was like shit that I did in my head. It was fucking easy as fuck. And like so, like problem solving is like a fucking like I'm like a my. It's like if I show you just a few of the like really big elements of my chart of why. There's even people. Oh my god! I fucking talked to these guys on this guy. I sent this guy a message. Like I guess he's like really wrote a book on something. But he's trying to say that there's like a certain like mind type where there's like you can like fucking like I don't know create this mind. But no, if your numerology ain't right, you weren't born on the right day and all that shit, and you don't have like the certain combinations of shit. You can't fucking develop these fucking talents that fucking some people have and some people don't. Like, I want to show you, like, this shit. And, like, I'm talking to, like, these people that are, like the things that I'm working on are, like, fucking gonna be, like, fucking, like, the next, like, it's, like, fucking, like, a different way. Like, it's, like, compared to, like, a lot of other people's thinkings because of the things that I've like been like really doing. It's like fucking nuts. Like I spend so much time.
I'm gonna tell you this. If I could say this to you, I'll say this. It's that while you're doing that, it's very important to ground yourself in the earth and breathing and taking your time with the energy. Because hold on, when you truly are enlightened, and I don't mean being awake, I mean enlightened. When you start seeing things, your energy levels are going to be off the charts, right? You're going to be more sensitive. You're going to be more sensitive to other people. So you have to be more conscious.
This is like, look at my shit. Like I've barely been able to walk. This is the best they've been. Like,
oh my goodness, your feet are really swollen. My God, Hare Krishna.
Like I fucking like was fucking being tortured.
You're in
That's
a
why
lot of
my voice
pain.
sounds
I'm
like
sorry.
shit right now. That's why my voice sounds like shit right now. Like, cause I was just screaming. Like I was like, it's so much pain that I was just like fucking screaming like crazy shit, like to myself because like I couldn't fucking deal with it and like. Oh my God, I get so pissed. Like,
my dude, I totally forgot. Oh, pardon me. I have to apologize to you. I have to apologize because I forgot about your chronic pain. And I also have that. No, I also have that. And I understand exactly how you feel because I can't even go to bed really. This pain is so bad. It forces me to work out. It forces me to have energy. It forces me to see magic. I think that you and I are relating with this, like, because we're suffering, but the suffering is giving us the gift of being aware of being enlightened.
Took you down a fucking like journey to a place where you were able to fucking do incredible things that most people don't even have a clue that we're capable of.
Yeah. And I mean, the crucifixion. The crucifixion is your swollen feet and is my chronic pain. And that's because we have a high energy, but there's a price to pay when you really are enlightened, not awakened. I mean, enlightened is a price. And we will suffer and have to be crucified in some manner. Doesn't mean it's bad. It means that we're able to survive and deal with it to help heal people that are really suffering out there in this world, who watch TV, who like pop culture only, who base everything on I push a button, I turn it off, that's my reality, but not a tree, or my swollen foot, or someone else's pain. It's all about the TV, and what the TV told me, but you and I have pain, and no one knows about that.
Yeah, like, I don't tell everybody, I mean, when I'm like fucking nuts, like, I'm like, fuck my fucking feet are fucking.
Yeah, that's why you have so much energy, because you're in pain, I understand.
Yeah, it's like, no, I can't fucking walk at all, but whatever.
I understand what it's like to not be able to walk. Oh my God, dude, you have no idea. Like, I'll tell you, for me, what's most frustrating is to be this enlightened, but I can't walk. I can't really walk. I can't put weight on both my legs for a long period of time, but somehow, my body wants me to be physical, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, I'm wrestling myself 24 hours a day, so I have total compassion, and I'm glad that I could vent with you, because it's very hard to find someone else that is a similar... What is your disease called again?
CRPS.
CRPS. And what does it stand for again?
Complex Regional Pain Syndrome. It's
complex. Keyword is complex, military complex, a lot of death, Keep it simple, Jay. Even in the titles of our disability, chronic pain, we had the Chronic album, didn't we not, with Dre? Is it just about weed, or is there a message there?
I had that CD.
Oh, I had that CD too.
You know what I actually thought? What did you think of this? I just want to like go to something that's just a fucking fun music thing, because you know what?
Yeah.
Like
shoot.
Like I wanted to like kick. Like my whole idea was to like fucking kick it with the people I do the interviews with. Listen to fucking some music. Fucking just talk about fucking fun shit and do whatever. But like with the Super Bowl halftime show, what did you think of the performances?
I actually did not. I did not watch it. But I heard that Eminem went on the knee.
None of that shit. I'm just saying, like, fucking.
The performance.
Like, yeah. How was it?
Let me tell you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I didn't. Let me tell you one thing, and this is some real stuff. I'm very frustrated with people who don't maintain their ability. I watched the Kennedy Awards. The Kennedy Awards. They were honoring LL Cool J. This was about 2-3 years ago. I watched it with my parents, my family, right? I'm watching Busta Rhymes come out, looking about 200 pounds, big beer belly, couldn't get through one verse, rapping Mama Said Knock You Out, but he sounded knocked out. Nothing personal, but he was out of shape, couldn't get through the bars. He was yelling and screaming in the microphone. I'm like, this is the dude that motivated me to want to be an MC. I'm like, what happened, bro? I'm like, come on, man. Come on,
How
man.
many years had it been since he was like fucking on the front? I mean, yeah, like the white like band, like those people, like some of them, like Elvis was like fucking, and he turned into like one of those people at the end of his shit. And when
listen,
like, you know,
Big
like,
Daddy Kane still looks good. Big Daddy Kane, I'll tell you right now.
Still trying to make money off the hustle.
Let's talk some real stuff.
Like, they're fucked up.
Let's talk some real stuff. Big Daddy Kane is in good shape. I saw Big Daddy Kane battle KRS-One. Did a battle, you know, Big Daddy Kane did his joints, and then KRS-One did his joints. But KRS-One wanted the audience to rap all of his lyrics. He was a bit cocky. Big Daddy Kane spit all of his bars. Long story short, the man is almost 70 years old, had the breath control. So what I'm saying is this: the craft of anything in life, I don't care about who the hell did what on TV. It's about what I have within me. An ability to do something in this world, like entertain, dance, rap, numerology, you feel me, astrology, magic, to do it in a way where I can do it for a long period of time for my children, so that I can inspire someone and look the part at 45 years old and not be 500 pounds because I gave in to groupies, and I gave in to the money, and I gave in to the ego. Hare Krishna, Buddha be praised. We must clean these MCs. We must wipe out the fat in the industry. They've had their day. You and I, it's our time. Yeah, with our chronic pain, it's our time. Am I right?
Well, it's like, okay, it's like at some point, like people just need to shut the fuck up and just...
And do it for them damn selves. Yes, and they need to do it for themselves.
Like, I recorded some shit like saying like, you know, like this is like
real conversations here.
It's like it's a chance where like fucking like
an industry dude.
Joking, like it's like I want to, like, my ultimate goal is to take down the church. Like I've been saying that for fucking like 20 years.
Wait a minute, did you say take down the church?
Yeah, take down the church, like end it, like finally, like and that fucking corrupt extortion fucking Vatican shit. Like that, I mean, if you knew everything that they've been doing for 2,000 years, like they had fucked up shit going on down there, and like fucking America's.
I will tell you this.
Church.
I will say this about church. I gotta. Let me dance with you on church. Hold on. I have to dance with you on church because it's important. I'm receiving a lot of Jesus Christ omens with my numerology. Like I'm receiving Christ specific things with Christ in the crucifixion, or a journey to Christ, or a temple, or a church, or a cathedral with my birthday. There's a picture of Saint Mary with my birth date from looking up my numbers in the temple. There's nothing wrong with the temple. What is wrong with are the individuals in the temple not teaching me that I am the temple.
Temple is you.
We have to keep, dude.
Even in the Bible, it says people that fucking pretend to fucking know what they're talking about and worship God
Real
are
talk.
all the people that aren't fucking able to do it and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And
So
we'll never get into the kingdom of heaven.
every church built by a Freemason, and God bless them, was built with numerology, astrology. We cannot build a church like we have in Lyon, France. There are churches in France, in ancient France, that we can't build today. And Jose, Pedro, Jimmy, and Andre can't build what the Hindus of India built. Here's the thing. The churches are fine. It's you and me got to go up in the building and change the vibration and use the temple by teaching the truth. That's it. We get rid of the book. We get rid of the book. We don't need to read a book no more. I want to read the sun. I want to read me. I want to read what am I going through.
Let me just tell you what is completely like fucking shut out of everyone is the fucking like sounds, like, because fucking they vocalize like in like most of Hindu shit in India, like it doesn't matter about like anything except just the vocalization, the sound. That sound, and like there's some shit where it's like they hit different octaves and whatever the fuck it is, and when they were operating the Ark of the Covenant, they had a fucking plate on, and the different fucking crystal colors would light up with the different sounds that they were making, all as a process using the Ark. So it's something that's all like together when you fucking put all that shit together. So and, like that's how you fucking.
So first of all, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm recording this. I'm gonna YouTube this. Is that cool with you? Cool. I'm gonna YouTube this. This is good. Yeah. This is a good conversation because now I'm gonna say this. Now I'm gonna say this. And from my subscribers, we must be open-minded to all things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important. So you just said Hindus. We must remember that also there are Hindus that are decapitating and killing the children of India. There are Hindus who use Krishna, shame on them, Hare Krishna, and
everywhere.
I'm just saying this, but it's important. Hold on, wait. It's important for me though to mention that because I fell in love with Hinduism and I forgot obviously that there's a side of it that's hurting people, and that's when I said, Jay, slow down. Look at the war. Look at why the fighting. Look at why a temple of Buddhism turned into hot oil, and I got cannons ready to blow you away in order for me to pray to Buddha. They have temples of Buddha with cannons in them, with Arabic symbols on it, and no one's asking questions, and we're worried about the Ukraine today? We had shit in India with Arabs and Hindus that was backwards. The Chinese were Buddhists, still blowing shit up, and Buddhism is non-violence. I mean, yo, what's going, Buddha is here to be explained in a way that can be, let's say, digestible, because I feel Buddha appears in my omens for me to explain it in a modern day word, not a Sifu. I'm gonna say Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi. He just showed me a statue of Buddha. So here's the thing about Buddhism.
That's the shit that I was like when you start talking that shit. Like when the first time we talked out of nowhere, I was just like, "That's some shit I wish I knew," because like that would help me out understanding a lot of shit with the.
Of course.
Like remember when I sent you how to like fucking do like certain techniques that will like open up like your abilities like for like what was it like clairvoyance fucking shit and like fucking, all that like the remote viewing and that bullshit like you know the magic sex whatever the fuck else was in there. I forget which ones I sent you, but yeah, it's like fucking that shit. Like a lot of the traditions or like just techniques to do things. Like I guess like fucking the real fucking.
Well, here's the thing. We need to ask ourselves this too. We need to ask ourselves this. First of all,
with rituals that like the ritual isn't really important either. Like it's just like fucking. You know,
well, the ritual relates to the war and the fighting, and this is my point about the fighting and the war.
I mean, like,
there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues with Arabic people and Hindus. How is this possible? This makes no sense. The temples are exactly the same in the Middle East and in India. And in Russia, they have temples with the onion top, the same as ancient Sumeria. What is going on? Someone does not want us to see the patterns. Someone, it's not human, it's a dark energy.
The patterns are fucking right in our face. Nobody fucking, like, fucking puts two and two together, yo. It's just like... It's everywhere. It's the same. They're fucking the same.
They're playing the Ram. They play Ram Bhajans while they go into villages and get guns and blow shit up. They're playing Krishna music in their jeeps. I'm more concerned about this backwards understanding of Buddha and Krishna and Ramayana. I'm tired of the versions that the man-made version of God and the goddess. You must sacrifice. You must have a ritual. No, you must know who the hell you are first. You have a solar plexus. Do you know that? Don't talk to me about Muhammad. Muhammad is the sun. What's my solar plexus? I don't want to hear all this theory in the book and the Bible. What am I powerful by? Oh, the sun. We're done. But no, you see, homies can't listen to that. They're like, nah, that's cool. That's cool. You have a solar system in your stomach. For a fact, that's complicated. You better pack the burner and get your truth with your gut instinct, homie. Bars. Gut instinct is what? Is your God, man. It's your light going off. But who is Dark Man X? And how did he die? Compassion. I'm not dying of alcoholism. I'm not dying of groupies. No. It's tempting, yes. I have compassion. But you gotta live as long as you can, entertainers. Entertainers, get off the... you're not 12 anymore, homie. Chill out. Stay in shape. I'm 45. What's your excuse? Busta Rhymes. God bless all of you. 50 Cent with your love handles. What happened?
I mean, like, yo, man, everybody's gonna do their own thing, and like, people have lots of different things going on. It's just like, yo, man, fucking this.
A lot of things going on. They had a lot of things going on called making money, called writing a hit record, right?
I know, but I'm not even just talking about like just recently. I'm just talking about like. If you go back through history and look at all the fucking different, like, individual little battles and wars and what they were really about, if you study different ancient cultures from all over, like, the fucked up shit that was going on, it's the same fucking crazy shit fucking going on right now. It's, like, not even...
This is my theory about that. I'll tell you, I think my theory on that is this.
And, like, let me just get this point. Like, I think, like, the word, like, the biggest weakness and the biggest flaw in, like, fucking, like, people is, like, this fucking, is, like, I mean, the worst thing is, like, believing in, like, the God thing. Like, that makes us stupid. And people that believe in that are, like, they're fucking, like, bringing our, like, the human race down because that just like that fucking idea like shuts their whole brain off to anything. They can't even think outside of like, but a God exists controlling this universe. They can't even think, well, what if there isn't a God?
As a Buddhist, I would say, as a Buddhist, I would say, watch words like stupid.
I know.
No. I'm not trying to. I'm not critical. Just hear me, because I have to remind myself. I have to. This is for me too. No, this is for me too. I'm just going to break it down for you, for me. Saying words like stupid or saying things like the brain. So here's the thing about people. There are some people who don't have, let's just say, the enlightenment, or they weren't given an energy in which they can see what someone else can see. So the problem with calling people the name thing only is this, is that, okay, even if you're on to something there, it's still creating a warlike energy. It's making the person bitter. So it's back to this too. I think that listen, every war is about this. I'm telling you this. This is why I think about the war. I think that every war was about a certain vibration. When I go to my store, my numbers appear in receipts, and they take me to Buddha, ancient stuff that people don't even know. I'm going to parts of India that East Indians have never even heard of. And I've met, I mean, for real. So I believe that those temples are put onto vibrations that have magic, and they knew that, and they wanted to conquer them to conquer the magic. However, it's a new day today, because the magic can't be conquered, it must be shared. It must be given to other people. Even if they have bad intentions, I can't control that person. And also, before we call someone flawed, I must work on my flaws as well. I'm still flawed.
You know what? If you have any idea that other than like everybody is flawed, so you know what, people are gonna fuck up, but like, you know, as long as they're fucking like doing like the shit for the right reasons, or like fucking they're not fucking like trying to fucking, you know, whatever. But it's just like, man, like you're gonna make mistakes, but like fucking, if you keep making them, like, yeah, you're a fuck up, like, and so like, there's no hope for you. But most people like try to do better after it, and like our society is like built on like making that road to redemption fucking like as hard as possible, and even impossible for some people. And like that's why our free country has the most fucking prisoners. It's fucking sick.
Well, it must be from past energy, and these wars that we fought are the reason why we have these problems today. So I have to speak about all these warriors that we think were so brave and so badass and fought for our freedom. Any warrior you thought fought for your freedom, rethink it. They were working both sides. They were working for some forces that you'll never know, and they have conveniently left us in what state? Appetite dependent, very simple. I need stimulation. You gotta like me, like my page, like how I talk. You gotta accept me bullshit when I should not even need you to look at me. I have a solar plexus, and that should be enough for my self-esteem.
I'm just like,
Bars.
It's true, man.
Subscribers, stop playing with yourselves and see yourselves. Sell.
Fucking, I don't even,
When you sell out, do you know what you're doing? You are giving your light to demons to share that light with other demons.
see, like, I like the people that like
Bars.
still